It's really great to be back in my hometown of San Diego, California for the 2017 Scrum Gathering. So far it's been really great. This morning, Jeff Sutherland, one of the co-creators of Scrum, spoke about scaling Scrum in the enterprise. It's really good presentation, and it was encouraging to me because a lot of what he talked about is consistent with some of the organizations I've been working with, and that maybe aren't specifically Scrum evangelists or doing a Scrum transformation, but more focused on pure agile, as some would call it. One of the biggest takeaways, though, is the role of the manager in agile, and this is a big hot topic, and I think a fear point for a lot of people is they're afraid to embrace agile because they've heard stories of all the managers getting fired, or managers not having a place or having authority over their teams anymore. But Jeff's point is that we need managers, and we need people that are fully dedicated to removing impediments in our organization. In fact, one of the reasons why agile transformations, or agile in general, fails at companies is that they don't have management support and they don't have people to help remove those impediments. Something I've thought a lot about is there needs to be a good hybrid balance between top-down transformation and bottom-up. Because if you just have bottom-up transformation, you're going to hit, what do you call them, layers of permafrost. These are things in the organization that have been a certain way for a long time, or that can't be influenced or changed by just one person. They need support from people with influence and authority. On the other side, just having a top-down, it's not going to solve all your problems either, because you're just going to be pushing process and ideas down to people, and you might not have the buy-in that you want, and could ultimately result in more problems than the benefits that you could see. So working together, I think in the agile world we need to be careful how we talk about managers. I think sometimes there's a stigma that managers are bad, authority is bad. I think it's solving the wrong problem, though, to say that there should never be managers on a Scrum team. Here's why. If you have, let's say, a bad product owner on your team, they do some of the typical things, like they show up late for backlog grooming, or they're not spending time grooming their user stories, or they're asking for changes midway through the sprint, things like that. Are you going to eliminate the role of the product owner on your team? Or are you going to address the behavior, coach up that product owner, and teach them how to be a better product owner? Well, I think it's obvious you're going to choose to coach them up and solve the real problem. So then you take that into the question of management. A lot of people don't want managers on teams because they lose that feeling of safety for team members. Retrospectives are a huge example. No managers at retrospectives. Well, okay. This goes back to, are we solving the right problem? If you have a manager that a team does not feel comfortable having at a retrospective, I would ask, why? Why is that? Address that behavior, address that problem, until you have managers and leaders who are agile leaders, and not just managers managing with command and control. It's not practical to think that you can come in, fire, or push out managers and leaders in organizations. These people are leaders for a reason. They're smart, they have good decision-making abilities, speaking generally here. And I think it's asinine and, quite frankly, ridiculous to think that you can just get rid of all of them. Now, let me contradict myself. I do believe that models like holacracy and things like that are awesome, and they can work, and there's a place for that in the marketplace. But I think what we need to get away from is saying it can only be this way or it can only be that way. So I'm really encouraged so far what we're seeing here at the Scrum Gathering 2017. It's beautiful out here, gorgeous views, great water, not too hot, it's about 72 degrees. And now it's time for me to go get some lunch. Talk to you soon.